Hello, Leo, and welcome to your August 2025 General Tarot Card Reading, Sun, Moon, Ascendant. Happy birthday, Leo, first of all. It is, it is your time to shine in the spotlight and we just love this for you. So, Leo, what messages are we going to get? Well, first of all, the cards that we are using is I am using the Find Your Own Way Oracle by Ari Wisner and the Visionary Woman Tarot by Kristine Gorman, who happens to be a Leo. And this lovely card is by my beautiful Maria from Studio Artemy. And this is the Astrosoul deck. So we will put that up there. And let's pull an oracle card first of all, shall we? So what messages have we got for Leo? You know, I do really enjoy reading for you, Leo. I mean, I enjoy reading for every sign, but there's some that are my favourite and slight favourites. And you're one of them, Leo. So I always feel so, I don't know, I feel as if like reading for Leo and stepping into the Leo collective energy, it's like getting a boost of serotonin. Maybe because she's ruled by the sun. I don't know, but that's what it feels like. So let's see, what have we got? Okay, I'm going to take this one. Right, so stillness brings revelation. What can we think about this? So, you know, as I said right at the top of the video, you know, as your birthday month, and belated happy birthday to any July Leos. But I feel, you know, I see birthdays as two ways, right? It's a time to celebrate yourself, right? To celebrate how fabulous you are and how wonderful, you know, everything is, and just be the amazing lion that you are. And the other sense is it's a time for pausing and reflecting. I mean, we do have the Mercury retrograde going on right now, and it's always a good time to reevaluate things. But you know, I think taking my birthday into consideration, it's that time of the year. You know, it's like a check in with yourself, if you like. And I've just realised that's no one shot, is it? It's really difficult for me to see this. But you know, I think that's what it is, you know, and if there's something been going on with you, Leo, and I know a lot of you have had so much going on, but you know, take this as an opportunity. Understand that there's something just waiting to be discovered within you. You know, whether that's a new passion, whether it's a new way of looking at things, you know, it's just, you know, find that place for you, find that place for stillness. I think that's your mission. And I would even hazard a guess is to make the suggestion to say that it could maybe be like a New Year's resolution, like a birthday resolution, you know, like going forward, you're going to spend more time in stillness, you know, remembering who you are, remembering what it's like to be you, Leo. You know, like no the version of you that everybody else wants, but the real version, you know, rediscovering yourself, finding yourself, you know, maybe the revelations have been coming prior to this, you know, and this card could maybe be a confirmation in the thoughts that have already been going through your head. I tap into the collective consciousness. So it's really highly probable that, you know, these thoughts have maybe been going through your head already. So some big energies here, Leo, but you can handle them. I know you can. So let's get into the reading proper. So, you know, I'll put that down there, and then I'll put this here so that it matches. This deck is such an explosion of colour, and it is just, it's so wonderful. The artwork is original. It's been painted by the creator Kristine, and it's just wonderful. And Kristine was who did your Leo reading last month for the month of July whilst I was off sick. And thank you so much, Kristine, if you watch this, and thank you to all of you for your kind messages and just your support that you showed for people who were stepping in to do the videos for me. So let's see, can we get some cards please for Leo for August 2025, please? Okay, well, the Two of Wands clearly wants to come out, so we'll put him up there and we'll see. We've got the World, we've got the Two of Cups, we've got the Five of Swords, we've got the Six of Swords, we've got Temperance, and we've got the King of Pentacles. So, huge energy showing up for you this month, Leo. We've got that Two of Wands, and then at the bottom of the deck, we have got the High Priestess. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I'm just going to grab my skinny unicorn horn selenite here. Now, what is immediately coming to my mind is that there's a lot of opposition. It feels like there's a lot of opposition going on this month with regards to what you want to do and what other people think you should be doing. Okay, there's clearly things. I mean, the World coming out first, and even in combination with this Two of Wands, it just feels like something needs to be over. You know, whether that is a Saturnian lesson, with the World being Saturn, or there is a lesson from a relationship or relationships, plural. It just feels like, you know, very much that kind of message that I was getting through for the Oracle card. It's just like, enough is enough. Just, you're done. You know, it's almost like just stick a fork in it, you're done. But what's really interesting is the court card that came through being the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is Taurus energy, and this makes me feel like the ending that the conclusion, right, we'll say it like this, the conclusion to the ending that you have come to is very grounded. It's no coming from a place of like just kind of a quickly deciding something and saying, right, well, I've had this idea and I'm just going to go with it. It feels much more than that, Leo. It feels like this has been a long time coming. You know, the foundations of this. And maybe, you know, what's coming through, you know, when I'm seeing Taurus energy, remember, in the month of July, Uranus moved out of Taurus into Gemini. So there's some breathability now within the collective energy Taurus, and that sign squares your sun, you know, that squares Leo. But it could be that conflict, that constant aggravation that has been going on for the past seven or so years is now moving on. Okay, and you're now able to see that there is another way of doing things. So it could be that, you know, you've been doing something over and over again for the past, you know, 7 years or something, and now you've got to the stage where there's been this slow change building, but you've just not been sure how to do it or what to do or what the next step is. But it feels like now that Uranus has moved and it's stopped that stranglehold really that has been on your neck almost since then. You've got room to breathe, and that's what it feels like. It's like you either need room to breathe or you've got room to breathe. Now we've got a Two of Cups here, and ordinarily I would say, oh well, this is a partnership, etc, etc. But what it feels like to me is, yes, there is a strong partnership here, right? We've got the sun behind these two of cups, and it's beautiful energy. However, looking at these two characters in the card, now it doesn't need to be gender specific, right? But there's two individuals here who are clearly, you know, contained within a relationship. Now, one party is looking at the other, but this party here, they're looking away in the distance. You know, they're looking somewhere completely different. And it seems to me that if you're involved in a relationship, there could be some challenging times coming up. You know, it could be that whilst there's still love, there's still connection, there's still, you know, a desire to be there, there just could be something, not something missing, something that one party needs more than the other actually realises, you know, because with the best will in the world, we can't be all things to all people, you know. That is why we've got friends, that is why we've got other people that we confide in, because our partner isn't supposed to tick every single box in our life. You know, like there's people who, you know, there's other needs, there's other things that are required that, you know, perhaps a romantic partner just cannot fulfill that role. And that's not to say that you're with the wrong person. It just means that sometimes you need something different. Um this Five of Swords I absolutely adore. Yes, it's got a tiger in it, and I secretly love tigers. Well, it's not really a secret, but what it's like is, you know, it's like this tiger is just like, it's a giant cat. It's like you, Leo, you know, it's like a lion. Um, but for the Five of Swords being a card traditionally of conflict, this, yes, the tiger has got its claws out, but it looks as if it's just having a stretch. You know, it looks as if it's just having a great big stretch, and it's like, right, I'm going to have a rest now. You know, the battle's kind of over, and it does feel like there's a story happening right here within these cards. It feels like, you know, there's been a conclusion reached in the world card. There's been something that's came to an end. There's been an evolution. There's been an upgrade of sorts, and it's been with regard to a relationship. And the relationship is changing. It's not ending. It's changing, and it's been a source of conflict. But now this tiger, and I think over the course of August, um, there will be there's a there's a feeling that you can, you know, rest, take a bit of rest. The next line we've got here, we've got the Six of Swords, we've got Temperance, and again we've got that King of Pentacles. Temperance is about balance. And I know that's just a bit of a trope, but it can be. Temperance is saying, you know, it's here to say, right, there's two ways of doing this, you know, there's two separate ingredients, and by bringing them together, that's where the alchemy is going to come from. Now, is that alchemy going to come in the form of somebody with pink hair? I don't know. It could. You know, if you start chatting to somebody and they've maybe get a hat on, and all of a sudden they take their hat off and they've got pink hair, it could happen. I'm just saying. But what I would suggest is, with this combination here, Six of Swords, there is definite movement happening this month, Leo. Whether it's movement of physical movement or mental movement, you know, these swords or these thoughts, etc., that have been causing you conflict here in the five, they are going to be moving on. You know, you're getting rid of the baggage. This is what it feels like, you know, this mental anguish that has been going on, these kind of a mental gymnastics that you've been having to perform. They're basically they're going away in this yellow balloon. You know, they're being taken away from you, Leo, and it's such a joy. And that's where you have now got time to balance, because there was an outweigh. You know, there was like a side to you that was drowning in stuff. And then there was the other side that was really light and never had anything. But now there's more balance being brought in by getting rid of this extra baggage, whatever that extra baggage is. And again, the stability coming through with the King of Pentacles. Going back to my original point, whereby that King of Pentacles is showing up because you have been building something. Even it could be just, it could be that you've been building something in your subconscious, and it's only this month, the month of August, that you become aware of it. Right? That spark a passion has came through whilst you've been looking at the sea, whilst you've been looking at the ocean, or the ocean in your mind. You know, good things are changing, good things are happening, Leo. It feels very, very apt. The High Priestess is here at the bottom of the deck, you know, just to remind you, your intuition will always lead you in the right direction. Trust your intuition in this one. Okay, Leo. So that is what I have for you. Remember, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, the details are in the description box. Have a wonderful birthday, Leo. I know you will. And I will see you next month. Okay, bye-bye.